Hi guys, welcome to this next video. Today we've got something a little bit different. We're actually going to go into the short game and we're going to talk about a technique that Tommy Fleetwood and Penge specifically are using and have been using at least over the past year to help with their game in general. Not only their short game but their swing. But I'm going to use the wedge and the pitching to kind of explain this drill today. And what it does is it actually eliminates the right hand, or it tries to reduce the activation of the right hand. If the right hand in the golf swing gets too involved, then it can cause too much speed, can cause too much steepness, and can cause too much pressure, which can obviously affect strike and start line. So let's get into the video and we're going to talk about the technique called the flying thumb. Let's get into the video. Right guys, before we get into the video, if you can please drop a subscribe, that'd be amazing. Just supports the channel, allows it to grow. Again, I'm going to be pumping out these videos twice a week. Any suggestions of videos you want to see, just drop it in the comment section below. Let's get into the video. So clues in the name, the flying thumb, okay? That actually involves when we can get ourselves into either a chipping position or get ourselves into a full swing position. And the idea is that we lift the thumb off of the grip, okay? Reason for that is that takes firstly a lot of the pressure off the right hand, because when we grip the club, we're actually using a lot of our right thumb pad and our right thumb specifically to push into the grip. Whereas the flying thumb obviously lifts the whole thumb up and maybe lifts a little bit of the thumb pad as well, okay? How much you want your flying thumb to fly is based on your kind of activation and how much pressure you actually want. Because in the full swing we want a bit more speed, I'd say you don't want to have your thumb so far off when you're hitting a full shot. I'd only have the thumb in the air just like so, just so then when you get to the top you still got a little bit of pressure in the right hand, which is obviously going to help for a full shot. Maybe when we do some chipping, then you might want to have that thumb a little bit more off the grip, because again, that's going to mean that you don't need as much power on the chip shot, so you can actually afford to have the thumb off. So that's just how we do it, okay? We take the grip, we lift the thumb off the grip based on what kind of shot we have. And how much we take the thumb off the grip is based on what shot we have, okay? Now, the reason for it, just like I said, because if I lift the thumb up, I then now have to use my shoulders a little bit more and I have to use my lead hand a little bit more. So that means that there's going to be less activation of the right hand. Now, the right hand in the swing, and especially when we're chipping, can actually cause, firstly, a lot of wrist hinge on the way back, and secondly, steepening of the club or pulling of the club in the downswing, which can get us really steep, okay? So the idea is that if I have that flying thumb, I'm probably going to be a little bit wider, so my arc's going to be wider, and if I'm wider, I'm generally going to be shallower. If we're wide and shallow, we're probably going to hit a nice clean strike and not have too much ground interaction on them chip shots. So now I'm going to build it into more of a pitch shot. Still with a flying thumb. My two main focus points with a flying thumb is a wider arc and a shallower and slower takeaway. That's then going to ensure my tempo is correct as well, because I don't have the thumb so far on the grip and I'm not pushing pressure into my right hand, I can feel slower and then feel that club come through nice and smooth. So it's really going to zone in my tempo, because I've almost got less pressure on the club. Cool, so come out pretty nice that. Again, I really like the feeling of that thumb in the air because it allows me to feel much wider and then smoother through the ball. And width and a nice smooth transition is going to allow us to be a lot more shallow. So it's really going to stop us from getting them shots where we're narrow, steep, and we're digging the ground before the ball, which is a very common misstrike that we want to avoid in golf, especially with our chipping and our pitching. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Give that flying thumb technique a go. Let me know how you got on in the comment section below. Again, if you can like and subscribe, that'd be amazing, and I'll see you in the next video.